This is Two Chicks Talkin Flicks, where we review movies. Love them or hate them, someone's got to do it. So enjoy the show. Hi, I'm Sarah.
And I'm April.
And this is Two Chicks Talkin Flicks.
And anything else that gets in the mix.
So, April, what's up with you?
I'm going on a trip next week.
Ooh, where are you going?
Mexico.
Mexico.
Yep, that's where all my trips tend to take me.
If you weren't going to Mexico, where would you prefer to go?
Vegas. I've been trying to get back there for a few years now.
I don't know where I would prefer to go.
Vegas? If I had the money?
Yeah, I don't know where I would go.
I have so many places I would go.
I would love to go to England or Ireland.
Paris, of course.
Yeah. I've always wanted to go to Boston.
I've been there.
Never been. I would love to go to like Chicago and like do trains all the way through like New York.
You know, Chicago is one of those places that just has never appealed to me. There's nothing there I would want to see.
I want to see the Big Bean.
The Sears Tower isn't even the Sears Tower anymore. And I can never, ever remember what it's called now.
I've watched a lot of shows that are set in Chicago. So
like Batman?
Seeing like the Cubs Stadium, I think would be fun because I used to watch that show with Balky. I can't think of what it's called.
Oh, Strangers.
Perfect Strangers.
Perfect Strangers.
And I'm pretty sure it was Chicago. They were outside of the stadium and it's like a whole scene. And I would like to see that.
They have a really famous popcorn company.
Oh.
Yeah, like whenever the celebrities get like their little like PR gifts, they like get that brand popcorn. I've looked them up. You can order it. It's hell of expensive.
Yeah.
That's why I kind of would want to go in person just so I can sample. And then like if I'm going to commit $30 to this popcorn, I'm going to like know that this is the popcorn for me.
Wonder if it's worth $30.
I mean, it has to be. It's been around forever.
I've had really good $7 popcorn. So I don't know if...
Well, this is like gourmet popcorn.
Yeah.
I don't know. But when I saw that, it made me start watching videos of how people make kettle corn. And I was like, I could do that, you know?
Yeah. Have you, I love going to the popcorn store and trying different kinds.
You know, I don't get samples there. I just get the littlest bag. Yeah. But I'm never adventurous because I already know what I like.
I love the cinnamon one.
See, I can't. I don't mind tiny little bags. I like enough to eat in one go, but I can't keep going back to that.
So good. But I like a lot of things that are cinnamon.
Except tea.
I just don't like tea. I want to be a tea person, but I just can't do it. I don't know what it is. Just like coffee. Like it all just tastes like dirty water or like kind of flavorful water. And I'm just not a fan. Like
I will say that for me, tea has always been a beverage in my household. Yeah. We would drink the hot stuff, the cold stuff, but it was basic. Like it was the basic Louisiana tea or the chamomile tea or cinnamon tea. Those are the three teas we grew up with. Maybe you would have like the Louisiana, you know, with lemon flavor or the Lipton, you know, like it was never fancy. And then, of course, I loved sweet tea, you know, or tea with honey. Like I liked it sweet. And then when I moved to New York, you know, I would order tea and I would forget they didn't have sweet tea.
Yeah.
And so then, I've seen people put sugar in their tea. So I tried that. It's not the same because it doesn't melt. And so then I kept ordering tea, forgetting that it's not sweetened. So then I I started drinking it without sugar, like just plain. And then that's when I came back and I started buying my normal tea.
Yeah.
I would just make it and I would forget because, I'm not putting sugar in it.
Yeah.
So then I would drink it. And that's when tea really became a thing because now I'm actually tasting the flavor. So now I don't drink any tea with sugar or honey, anything, just plain because I want to taste the tea, not the sweetener.
Yeah, like my whole family all drink sweet tea. And I can't. Like, I've tried. Mm-hmm. I make it really well, actually. My mom always liked when I would make it. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I have no idea what I'm doing. Mm-hmm. It was a crapshoot. But they use artificial sweetener, I guess. Splendor or one of those things. But I've just never been a tea person. I would love to be a tea girly, but I just can't. I don't drink coffee.
I love coffee.
Yeah.
But I'm a seasonal coffee drinker. Like I haven't touched the stuff in maybe over a month.
Yeah.
Because it's getting warmer, it's getting hotter. It doesn't mean I won't drink coffee here and there, but I'm really not going to touch it again until about September.
Yeah.
Tea, what I like about tea is that I can make it. Mm-hmm. And if I don't finish it, I'll just stick it in like right now, I will make a cup of tea and I will stick it in the fridge. And then later I'll come back and it's like cold tea.
Yeah.
That's one thing that I miss about having a coffee pot because I would just make a pot of hot water instead of coffee. And then I would put my tea bags in there and then I would stick it in the fridge and then later I would have cold tea.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't do it. I also don't drink beer or anything. Mm-hmm. So like craft beers, all that stuff. Like I want to be a part of things. Mm-hmm. I just don't like it. And so one day someone asked me, they're like, "Hey, you want to meet up and get like a coffee or a beer?" And I was like, "Oh, I don't drink either of those." And I was like, "I don't drink tea either." I was like, if there was like a fountain shop or like something like that, let's go to that. Or a malt shop. I could drink a milkshake. But I just don't like any of those things. Mm-hmm. Sad, really. So I would love that. Mm-hmm. Any big plans for the holiday weekend?
I'm working.
So
I volunteered so I can get double time and a vacation day.
Oh, what?
Yes. At first, I thought it was just the double pay. So I was like, that works. And then they're like, and you still get a holiday. I was like, fuck yeah, I need that holiday, bitch.
If they had asked me, I might have done it. Honestly.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not 4th of July.
Yeah.
We've never done anything Labor Day or Memorial Day.
Yeah, we don't really, we don't do much.
Mm-mm. Nothing that can't wait till you get off.
Yeah. Now that my mom's not here, like, she was the one that always planned all of our shindigs. Mm-hmm. My grandpa's not here, so, it's 3 blind mice trying to lead each other, and we're just like, we'll eat something, I guess. I don't know. So that's what we're doing. It's TBA.
we're having
TBD.
A potluck. The manager's getting a taco bar.
Ooh.
And we're all bringing the extras. I've decided I am bringing a sheet cake because I have been wanting cake. Okay. Like a birthday party cake.
Yeah.
So I haven't decided what kind of cake I want. Mm-hmm. I can't decide if I'm going to get, like a basic one or if I actually want to get like a kid one.
You should get the funfetti, the like red, white, and blue funfetti.
I don't know what they'll have. See, I don't anticipate having space in my fridge. So I'm just going to go.
You're going to buy a cake.
You thought I was going to make a cake?
Yeah.
I don't even have pans. Okay, I don't even have that electric spinny thing. I would have to beat it by hand. When I made pancakes, I had to beat that by hand. At some point, I had one of those beaters, right?
Yeah.
The electric ones.
Yeah.
But I feel like I only used it once. The last time I made pancakes, right? Because I've been really, it's been maybe 10 years that I really wanted pancakes. And so then I bought the little electric beater. It was like $5-10, no big deal. And then I've never touched it again. Remember when I was doing all the cleaning?
Yeah.
I was like, I've used this once. I'm not going to use this again. So I think I got rid of it. And then I wanted pancakes and I had to beat it by hand.
When did you have pancakes?
Remember I told you if you want to come over, I'll have pancakes?
Oh, okay. So the other day?
Yeah. Like
that must have like done something to my brain, because the other day my sister asked me what I wanted for dinner and I was like, how about pancakes? And I didn't realize like that has always been a staple in our house. Like if you looked in our cabinet, every single time you would see a thing of Bisquick. No matter the season, no matter whatever, it would be at varying levels of Bisquick was in our cabinet. We've always had it. And in recent years, they changed their formula or something. And my dad would make them and we're like, these taste horrible. Like we're nice, but we're like, there's something weird with these. And finally, my mom looked it up and was like, yeah, they changed their formula. And so they went and got a different kind of pancake mix and they were so good. And so the other day I was like, I really want some pancakes. Like I've been eating a lot of stuff that my stomach had been just really not a fan of. And so I just wanted something that was going to be easy on my tummy. And then I didn't realize that we had none of the stuff for it. She's like, hey, if you're going to go get the pancake mix, we also need eggs and we need milk.
Not if you buy like the instant one that just needs milk or water.
Like, so we need everything. So I was going to get pancake or a Bisquick. And then I remembered that it didn't taste good anymore. And I was like, well, maybe it's new stuff and this is different. I don't know. So I was going to buy it. And when I went into the store, I went to the aisle that I thought it would be at. And there was Bisquick mix. And there was a couple other kind of pancake mix. But there was no syrup. And I thought, that's weird.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm like, that's really strange.
Because when I bought mine, it was like right above it. Like over, but like.
And so I was like, but there's only like a couple options. This seems really weird. And I went over to the next aisle or the aisle after that. And then there was syrup. And I was like, what the hell? But where was the pancake mix? And then I look over and I'm like, there's pancake mix next to syrup. And I was like, well, what the hell did I get to? I realized they had Bisquick over there because you can also use that to like dip chicken and stuff in.
Oh, yeah.
And make like fried stuff. So they had different kinds of pancake mix and waffle mix with their like, shake and bake stuff.
Yeah.
So that was in one aisle, but then they had another aisle that had more Bisquick in it or pancake mix. So I found one there that on the internet said it was the best one and it's cheap and you only have to add water.
Which one was that?
It starts with a K. It's a blue box.
Oh. I was going to say the koala, but that's a brown box. Yeah. No, see, we always bought the Aunt Jemima one.
Oh, okay.
And so then I was looking at the different ones and I was like, do I want to buy, because I don't know what they're called. They're rebranded, something Miller, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, do I want to buy the rebrand? Because I was very unhappy with the rebranding. Like, I understand why it had to go through that.
Yeah.
But it still hurt. You know? For me, it's still Aunt Jemima. And so I looked at the Biscuit and I was like, I've never tried that though,
Yeah.
So I was deciding between the rebranded Aunt Jemima or like store brand.
Yeah.
And I was like, how often am I going to make pancakes? So the only box that came in a smaller portion without being like the gourmet shit was the Aunt Jemima.
Yeah.
So I just ended up buying that.
So I realized that I don't know what kind of syrup I like.
What?
Yeah. So, okay. So this is, stay with me. This is my syrup journey. So growing up, my mom bought whatever she bought, right?
Yeah.
And at one point, they came out with that new bottle that you could put in the microwave.
Yes.
Okay. So she got that initially one time.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, they just would pour in whatever syrup we bought into that bottle. So we could just keep putting in the microwave.
Yep.
And so I don't know what kind they bought because it was I don't know if it was ever the same thing.
Yeah.
And
there were clearly some batches you liked more than others.
Yeah. And when we got older, my mom started using like the sugar-free or like the light or a different kind. It tasted weird. And I don't like the more mapley kind. And so anytime I go to IHOP, I always look at all the different syrups and I always get the original. But I don't know what kind that original is. And so at the store, I went and I saw original and I was like, oh, okay, I'll get that. And then I was like, wait, there's a butter one. Maybe I should get the butter one. So then I grabbed the butter and I was like, but will I like the butter? The original seems better. So I put the butter back and I got the original. And I was like, if the butter was good, they would have it in multiple different kinds. And then I look up on the next shelf and it was Mrs. Buttersworth. And I was like, oh, is that why that's her name? Because she has butter in it. I was like, well, maybe the butter would be good. So I mulled over the decision.
What kind did you get?
I ended up getting the butter kind. For
Mrs.
a
Buttersworth or the butter brand, the store brand?
The store brand, but it was the butter kind.
So, we love the microwavable bottle.
Of course.
It was revolutionary.
Yes.
We would switch between that one, the Mrs. Buttersworth, or store brand. You know, it just varied. Whatever was on sale, whatever had the best deal. We stopped buying the microwavable one simply because it's like, how healthy is it to continuously microwave this?
We use that bottle for a reason.
So then it was like, well, we would just make our pancake batches, you know, dress it up, and then we would stick it in the microwave for 30 seconds. So that way we're not microwaving the whole bottle. But this time around, we're not making pancakes every day.
Yeah.
So I just bought the store brand, but I really wanted Mrs. Buttersworth because like that was good.
Well, that's basically essentially what we have. And it was good. I enjoyed it. The pancakes turned out really good.
I will say something that I noticed. I bought the kind that only needed water.
Yeah.
So I didn't have to add anything else to it. But I don't know if A, it was because I mixed it by hand, or B, because everything was dry except for the water that was added. But my pancakes felt that they were very thin and watery.
Ooh.
Not terrible, you know, but they're not plump and fluffy.
Ours were fluffy.
Really? Maybe I used too much water.
Could be.
But there was, some of them had height.
Yeah.
But not a lot of them. Not a lot of them. So I think, you know, in 10 years when I do this again, I'm going to definitely get the ones where you have to add like the egg and the milk or the oil or whatever the hell you add to it.
I saw that Beverly Hills Cop is coming out with a new movie. And I was like, we should have I've seen them, but I haven't like seen them as an adult. Maybe we could do like a morning cop movie and Susan can make us pancakes and you can have our fluffy pancakes. And we can watch
see
movies.
How that correlates with cops. I would think more donuts.
No, I was just that is true. I just meant there's multiple movies, so we could start earlier in the day. And when we start, we could eat pancakes while we watch.
Okay.
You got to follow my train of thought. God.
I did not understand where you were going with us.
Well, we've talked for 20 minutes about pancakes.
I feel that this was an important conversation that needed to be had.
You know, it's crazy because we're adults
that don't cook.
There's that. And also, like, for so many years of your life, you're with your family and you just do and buy the things that they buy because you're used to it or that's how you've seen, and you never really get a chance to explore on your own sometimes.
Pros and cons. Okay. So I remember growing up when I was younger, we always used to buy Palmolive.
Yes.
At some point, we switched to Dawn.
Ooh.
I don't know when, but we bought Dawn. And I was like, okay, cute little ducky, oils. And then one day, me as an adult, many years later, would buy random stuff. I wasn't particular to one brand.
Yeah.
I would even buy Palmolive, but I never bought the original green because it's like so basic.
Yeah.
And then one day I bought it, and I was like, the smell. I was like, oh,
yeah, it smells like childhood.
This smell. And so then I've been buying Palmolive Original. Yeah. This last round, I bought the Costco brand Apple Blossom. It's okay. Once I'm through it, I'm going to go back to my original Palmolive.
Yes. Okay. So we used to use something. I don't know what we used. Mm-hmm. I was allergic to it. I have skin allergies to certain dyes and perfumes and stuff. Mm-hmm. So they went to Palmolive because apparently that can be used for anybody. And we use that forever. Mm-hmm. Forever. And then at one point, my sister decided that she liked Dawn and kept buying Dawn. And I was like, I can't use that. It doesn't work for me. Mm-hmm. And so we bought this big thing. I think she bought me the lavender Palmolive. Now, I like Palmolive. I hate the smell of lavender.
Same.
I hate it.
I love the color purple.
Yes.
And anytime I see a purple product, I get so excited because I'm hoping maybe it's lilac, maybe it's freesia. No,
it's always lavender.
Why? Why are people so obsessed with lavender? Yeah. There are other purple scented things.
Grape.
Violets. Hyacinths. Lilac. Freesias. Why do you have to always make it lavender?
Yeah, I don't understand why that's a selling point for people. They're like, and it smells like lavender. And I'm like,
I swear, if I had my own company, I would have so many purple shit and not one of them would be lavender.
Also, vanilla can go F itself.
I hate when they mix vanilla and lavender. That is the word. I don't honestly, I'll tell you, Sarah, I don't even know what that smells like because it sounds so revolting.
Yes.
You know how in the store sometimes you test smell? Yeah. Never. I have never test smelled that before because it is so unappealing. Yeah. It feels nauseating. This is the problem with vanilla. Okay. Vanilla is fine.
Yeah.
But if you use cheap ass vanilla, you can smell it. And it just smells so
it smells like 7th grade when people used to wear all that vanilla from Bath and Body Works.
It's terrible.
I like vanilla flavored stuff. If I'm drinking a milkshake, I like vanilla. I like vanilla ice cream. I like vanilla cake and frosting. But something about vanilla smell, hate it. I hate it.
I will find 1 out of maybe 30 vanilla scents appealing. Mm-hmm. And because I hit more bad vanilla smells than good ones, it's not something I test smell. No. You see candles that say vanilla, I'm not going to test smell it because more likely than not, it's going to suck.
Unless it's vanilla and pumpkin spice or cinnamon or something like that.
It's something else has to balance that out.
Yeah.
And it can't be lavender.
Thank God. I feel... Did we just make a club?
Oh my God. Oh. I have a friend who not only hates not only hates lavender, she's allergic to it. She's like, I can't have lavender near me. I was like, don't worry. You will never have lavender near you with me.
No. Yeah. Mr. Bubbles. I'm allergic.
Oh.
Do you know how sad that is as a kid to find out that you can't play with bubbles in the bathtub because you're allergic?
So I love VO5 as a kid because Mr. Bubbles was never enough bubbles. Mm-hmm. It wasn't. And so then what my mom would do, she would buy the little 99-cent VO5 shampoos and we would just go crazy and make bubbles. Oh my God, I miss that. They have an excellent purple freesia smelling shampoo.
Look at that.
Yes. And they have strawberries and cream. Mm-hmm. Like VO5, I don't think I've used VO5 in like, how old am I? Maybe.
Can we be sponsored by VO5?
Oh my gosh. You remember VO5 had the hot oil treatments?
They're probably looking for people that would want to talk about them.
Oh my God. So obviously when we were younger, we had better hair, right? Yeah. So I remember doing the hot oil VO5s and I never, ever noticed anything. Yeah. But looking back at it now, it's because I had good hair.
Yeah.
So I should probably we need to find where they sell VO5s. Oh my gosh, because they had some good scents. Even their original brown bottle had a nice scent. It had like a decent classic 1970s scent. So
the other day, my dad, my grandma is living here with him now. And they said something about washing her hair. And they're like, yeah, I don't know what kind of shampoo she used. I go, oh, I know. And he goes, what? I was like, Suave. And they're like, she just use Suave. Sure, shit she does. He went and found all of the stuff that my aunt had packed for her. And they were Suave. And I was like, it's probably the blue one. And it sure shit was. I was like, ah.
So I was at the Mexican grocery store and I saw that they still make Aquanet, the pink one, the pink and white. Remember that?
Yeah, because you still sell Aquanet at Walgreens, right?
Not no more.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe not your store, but
so,
let's see here.
Okay, here's a story about Aquanet. I remember all in the 80s, everybody used the pink one. I mean, sorry, it's actually white, but it had the pink lines.
Yeah.
You know, everybody used it. I don't know. It was like extra, extra stronghold, whatever. And I was always so jealous of all the girls that had the white Aquanet because my mother would always buy the red Aquanet. And I wanted to be like the cool kids and have the white and pink one. She would only buy the red one. And I remember the blue one was unscented. And I was like, who would buy unscented hairspray? And like when I saw that Aquanet at the Mexican grocery store, I all of a sudden the scent came back to me. I should probably go buy that Aquanet hairspray so I can re-smell it. Because I can already envision it in my mind.
Here we go. Let's see here. Shopping.
Obviously, they sell it at the Mexican grocery store. Because time stood still at the Mexican grocery store.
So the white and pink bottle, they sell it at Albertsons.
Really?
Tom Thumb.
No.
Yeah. I don't know where that is. Walmart.
The interest, like, I do a lot of my shopping at Walgreens, though.
Yeah, you do.
Or Costco now. I don't buy shampoo.
Macari.
I don't, at the grocery store, I'm buying food.
Yeah.
You know, unless I needed hand soap, like I needed hand soap the other day because I'd been waiting too long. But typically, like shampoos, soaps, I'll buy at Walgreens, Target, Costco.
Well, it looks like Albertsons is going to be your best bet to get Aquanet.
I'm going to go to the Mexican grocery store. Do they have the red one? That's the one I really want to smell.
I thought you wanted the pink one.
Well, no, but I want the nostalgia smell.
Oh,
And my mother had the red one.
I only see purple and the white.
I remember the purple one. Oh my God. Let me look up.
There was a red Aquanet.
Yes. That was the one my mother bought. I remember the purple one. Yeah, that pink one. Yep, there's the red one. What are those, Pringle cans?
Does kind of look like that. I don't see the red. I'm sure this is so fun.
Red.
Oh, there. Okay, I see those. Now it's the big sexy hair that you can get.
Really? No, it's the all-purpose professional.
Yeah, I see it.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny.
Yep. That it's teal, not blue, was unscented.
Well, speaking of old stuff, this movie, The Idea of You.
Yep.
It is out on Amazon, and it stars Anne Hathaway and Hayes, which I didn't look up his name.
Nicholas.
Is it Nicholas?
Yeah.
So basically, we have Anne Hathaway, her character. She is a art curator, and she is 40 and has a 16-year-old daughter and an ex-husband. And she stumbles upon Hayes while he is in the bathroom in his trailer, which she thinks is a VIP bathroom. And they meet, and he finds her very ravishing.
Interesting.
Yeah, they start to date. Paparazzi finds out. She gets embarrassed. They break up. They get back together. They break up. They get. They are not
Have a
together.
heart to heart.
Yeah, they're not together for a while, and then they meet up again. Ta-da!
I would have loved the ending instead of just like fade to black.
Yeah.
Maybe you see them like the little montage again of them just living their life, and you know, maybe we don't have to see their faces, maybe we just see their backs. So just living a very, remember, even though she's older, he's famous. He's done a lot.
Yeah. Because he's been famous since he was like 14.
Exactly. So he's already done all the partying and all of that. You know, he's ready for that calm life. And he's definitely matured in, like, you could see that maturity in him.
And also he was willing to give it up at 24 to be with her. He liked that thing she do.
Yep.
So she turns 40 in the movie. He is 24. And they fast forward 5 years, and now he's 29 and she is 45. Give or take a year for each of them. And they get back together at the end. And you're just like, oh, okay. He's like, there's somebody I'd like to see while I'm there. And she thinks, oh, I wonder who that is.
Like,
bitch.
Like, she's like, he's probably forgotten about me. And then it's like,
no.
But it would be nice. Like, you daydream, you know?
So I have to say, the scenes with them, especially their first scene together, when they kiss, damn. I was like, okay.
I would say
they had chemistry.
I enjoyed all of their scenes together.
Yeah.
There's just one scene that I felt was cringe.
Which one was that?
The one where they're singing and dancing.
Oh, I thought that was cute.
I thought that was like, oh my God, what are you people doing? Like I felt like they are so comfortable with each other that they're okay being dorks with each other.
Yeah, that's what you want.
And I was just like, oh my God, why are you doing this? Like I don't get it.
That was really cute. I thought it was sweet.
I was like,
Though I do find it really funny that that song is way older than him.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's all I could think the whole time. So she is going to go camping, and her daughter her daughter's stepmom got tickets to Coachella, and they got tickets to see this group do a meet and greet called with August Moon, which is his group. Well, at the very last second, the dad can't go. He has a business trip, and of course he has to bring the wife with him for whatever reason. And so
they shove the kids back onto mom.
Yeah, and
because
so she has to change all of her plans and take the kids. And she like walks into the VIP room and it's just like, what is this?
Yes. I love the scene where there's this other mom who's like, oh yeah, I'm a mom too.
Yeah.
She's like, so who's your favorite? And then she like turns this pillow around and she's like, this is my favorite. I wish they had had more scenes with her. Like maybe she's also at the concert or like I wish there was just one more scene like, oh my God, girl, you did it. Like I knew you were lying to me.
Yeah.
You're so in love with Hayes.
Yeah, because she was trying to tell the lady, like, no, I'm just a mom. Like, I'm just here with my daughter.
Like, yeah, me too.
And then he's like, yeah, sure. Ooh, and the Mavericks won.
Hurrah.
Yay. Just update. Mavs are in the West Conference Finals, and they just won game 2 and game 1. So,
I didn't know all that.
Yeah, I'm just updating the people.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it was just like so interesting. She's like, oh, sure, air quote. Like, yeah, you're just a mom. Like, you're not a fan. You're not a moonhead or whatever they're called. And she totally is.
Yeah.
But, you know, yeah, I kind of would like another scene where we run into her.
She's like, oh my God, you have to introduce me to whoever her favorite was, you know, like, please, oh, please, oh, please.
And then I put in my notes, the cool mom, because as they were driving, she's singing along to August Moon with the kids. That's so something my mom did. She always called herself a cool mom. This was way before Mean Girls came out. She was always like, yeah, I let them listen to Sweet 98. I'm the cool mom. And let's see here. So the porta potty situation. I can understand why she had a problem because the porta potties looked very similar to the trailers and they were all right there. Why didn't he have security outside of his trailer? That seems weird.
So,
and also, why aren't the guys in the trailer with him? He's in a group.
Maybe they each have their own trailer.
That seems weird.
Maybe they were hungover. It did seem kind of early or like not, you know, busy. Maybe they were definitely the closer, but maybe of the first night where people are kind of still setting up. Because I don't think tents were set up yet. Yeah, no, they got there. There were no tents set up.
Oh wow.
Yeah, well, you're basically camping at Coachella.
Well, it looked like they probably bought one of those because they said they paid for everything already, so they probably had a TP, all that crap.
Yeah.
So,
but definitely, I can. It's still early, you know. People are mingling. They probably figure he's fine. You know, no one's gonna waltz into your trailer
and think that it's a bathroom.
Yeah.
So I like when he's like, okay, and he gets done out of the bathroom, and then she's like, excuse me, like I need to use the facilities.
And so then he goes and sits down. She does her business, and she pops out, and he's just there, and she's like, Are you one of those creeps that listens to people go to the bathroom? And he's like,
ASMR.
And he's like, no, this is my trailer.
And she's like, oh God. Embarrassing.
I would love to hear them tell that story. Yeah. I was kind of hoping they would, but they were too embarrassed.
You know, all the guys and New Kids on the Block have wives or husbands, but if one of them was single, I totally would have been okay with my mom dating him. I'd be like, hell yes, date him.
I would be like, really? Why?
Like, I'm like, I want to date him too. Go ahead.
I would be okay with it. I would just
don't
be
date the one I want.
I would just be very confused.
Yeah, like luckily the daughter liked a different one. So it wasn't like she's dating the one her daughter liked.
Yeah, but see, even at a young age, I knew I never really had a real shot with any of my celebrity crushes.
True.
You know, no matter how obsessed I was with them, like, this isn't real. So if one of my friends actually had a shot at one of them, I would be like, oh my God, yes, I am here for this. Because at least I get a front row seat to this romance.
Yeah. I mean, Donnie Wahlberg is not my favorite New Kids on the Block guy. However, with that being said, his ass was in my face for a better part of 15 minutes at a concert. Like, this close to me. I was mere inches from this man for like 15 minutes. And, you know.
And it did something for you, huh?
No, but like, I could have easily touched him if I wanted to.
But that would not be consent.
I mean, he had his shoe in my seat. I had to get up so he could like put his shoe in my seat.
Oh,
so
very intimate dance.
I know,
for you.
Right? So like, I was jazzed about that, even though he's my sister's favorite. Yeah,
I'm sure she was happy for you.
Well, she was sitting right next to me, so she was just as happy. But she wasn't standing. I was standing. So, you know, but he was like literally right there the entire time.
You had to take that sacrifice for your sister.
Right? For my sister.
You know, you had to stand so that she could sit.
Yeah. I had to stand so he could put his feet in my chair.
Yep. Yes.
While he sat on the wall. It was, you know, he was like right there. But yeah, I would be totally jazzed about that.
I agree. But again, it's like, so let's say I even had a hot, cool mom.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess that's part of the thing. You have to have the cool mom. A hot, cool mom.
And one of my loves were in love with her. Would I be embarrassed? No, I'd be like, wow, she can still get it. You know, maybe if he becomes my stepdad, then like I can meet other celebrities and I might have a shot at one of my other crushes. Because let's face it, you never had just one celebrity crush. Right. You know, you had one per show.
I guess it kind of depends on how old I am versus how old they are and how old she is.
Like, let's do this same age
so,
scenario.
16 and 40? Okay.
And 24.
I would be real salty if she got with Nick Carter. I know people have problems with him now, but back in the day, I loved Nick Carter. I'd be a little salty about that. But if she got together with Brian Luttrell from Backstreet Boys, I'd be super jazzed because then I could probably meet Nick Carter, you know?
I would
Want it that way.
I would just be like, when can I call you daddy?
My dad would not appreciate that, but yeah.
Like stepdaddy. Can I have a new car for my birthday? Stepdaddy, can I have a car for my birthday?
I love that.
Stepdaddy. Yes. When are you going to move in? Or when will we move in with you?
Yeah. No, wish my mom was a MILF so I could, have a stepdad.
Okay,
like that.
But like me, school-wise, how would my school react? Honestly, everybody would probably be high-fiving like, right? Oh my God, your mom got so-and-so.
Yeah.
Like, what's life like with you guys? And I'll be like, well, he cooks dinner for my mom and me,
Stepdaddy's pretty hot.
And his friends come and hang out like all of the time. Like I would just be like, I would be so happy.
So who would your teenage stepdaddy be?
So I'm trying to think of when I was 16, who would have been 24? You know?
Yeah.
And I don't know.
But
I'm thinking of like Christian Hayden from like he was in Star Wars. He was Anakin.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm trying to think of like age range. I was like, okay, when he was like Anakin, he was about like, 20, 22, 23, 24. And I was like, yeah, I love him, but I would be okay with him being my daddy, my stepdaddy. Yeah. My mom needs to live a little, Sarah. I am still in my prime.
Yeah.
And clearly I have another 20 years left in me. So I'll let her have this one.
Okay, so I'm 40. Who is 29 or 24 right now that I could
let's Google. Let's Google male celebrities that are 24.
Yeah.
Male celebrities. Oh my God, stop it. 24 years old. Okay. 24-year-old actors. No. Oh, he's cute. Oh no, not Lorenzo. Oh my God. 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 He is so hot. He's Italian.
Oh.
I have been following.
You just saw him in that movie, right?
No, he doesn't speak English.
Oh.
No. Lorenzo Zozzulo. I'm following him on Instagram. Okay. Oh my God. Like he doesn't even speak English, Sarah.
Most of these boys look almost exactly the same.
First of all, the website I picked has terrible photos.
Yeah.
Okay. But like yes, queen. Let me find a better picture.
They all look so young.
Let me show you a picture of my guy.
Oh my God.
And you know what? I've loved the name Lorenzo as well. Like I always wanted to have a son named Lorenzo.
I thought this was the Austin Butler. It isn't, but it looks like him.
He has, oh my God. He also played a pope in a movie and he looked sinful. Oh my God. Look at him, Sarah.
Oh.
Isn't he to die for? Let me show you him as a pope. Oh my God. Where is him as a pope or a priest? I think he was a priest.
These kids look so young. Ugh.
How do you spell priest? There he is.
They're all fresh faced and
oh my God, look at him. Look at him. I would sin for him. You don't agree?
it's okay.
Oh, I need to show you his Instagram. He's gorgeous.
It's so weird.
I love him. Yes. Come be.
Like, at least that guy looked. I mean, he was older, obviously, than 24, but it didn't feel so statutory. But these kids look so young.
Oh, all I saw was my man Lorenzo on this list, and I'm now looking at just photos of him because he's gorgeous.
This is so weird.
I wonder if he's done anything on Netflix.
Ugh. I can't keep looking at that. I'm creeped out now. But yeah, I don't know. That would be weird.
Look at him.
He's all right. So
find somebody better on that list.
I like that he has there's two wingmen, and one in the group, and then the kid who's with her and her daughter, her daughter's friend, Zeke. They're trying to hook the two of them up. I guess they just kind of felt it between the two of them.
I think Zeke just wanted more time with the celebrities.
Well, that is true too.
And the other friend was kind of like jazzing him. Like, it'd be funny. He kind of likes her. Let's see where it goes,
So one of my favorite parts was, so they meet, and her daughter's friend Zeke, he just happens to say what art room that she has, like what the name was and where it was, and so that's how he found her. So he comes to her art store and
gallery.
Yeah, gallery. I don't know why I couldn't think of that. He comes to her gallery and they're talking, and they leave together, and she's like, you should come home with me. Or no, he buys all the artwork in the store, and she was like, you're just buying them like you're buying apples. He goes, hey, you've never been to the store with me when I buy my apples. Just like, what does that mean?
And then what I like about when they're going to go eat is that, you know, they get in the car, there's paparazzi, and he's like, why don't we go back to my hotel and eat? And she's like, yeah, no, I'm not doing that. Yeah. And she makes a suggestion, and they're at a stoplight, and this car pulls up, and they're like, oh my God, it's so-and-so. And they start like waving through the window. And then it's kind of like, oh, we can't really go out and eat. Yeah. She's like, how about I just take you home and feed you like a sandwich? And I guess that's one scene I didn't like. Apparently her fridge broke and a lot of stuff went bad. Yeah. I don't find it very believable that everything went bad so quickly.
Right.
And two, it was pointless. You guys are just sniffing bad food, and he chugs down soured milk. Yeah. And then you still make him a sandwich and you guys eat.
So I'm pretty sure this is based on a book. So there must have been a reason why they kept that in. You know?
They could have just skipped that, and she could have still made the sandwich. She could have still, you know, picked up the milk and found that it was soured, and he could have still drank that without throwing away half of your food.
Or like what I would have done was, when she suggested coming over to her place and she was going to make him a sandwich, he can be like, I'm a celebrity and you're going to feed me a sandwich kind of thing.
I kind of like that though.
And then when they're there, she's like prepping the sandwich, doing all this stuff.
And he decides to help, and he pulls out the milk.
Well, no, I was going to say, and then it's like a bomb ass sandwich. And then he's like, okay, hats off to the chef or something.
I was expecting a better sandwich. Yeah. And they probably could have had a better sandwich if half of their food wasn't destroyed.
Right.
You know, like she could have made this delicious, you know, sandwich and had, what's that? Some Grey Poupon. Yeah. Some Dijonese mustard.
Well, you know, it's crazy.
Maybe she could have done that joke. She's like, I know you're used to the classy shit. Yeah. So here's some Grey Poupon. Right? Would you like some Grey Poupon on your sandwich?
And then he wouldn't even know what it was.
Because he's English?
Yeah. Well, because he's 24. And
yeah. He's too young, and he's from another country.
Like, that would have been great.
See, that would have really, like, been nice.
Yeah. You know, and another part that I really liked is okay. So I'm at an age where now I have like
wisdom.
No.
Clearly.
No. Like, you know, when you're watching a movie and you see like a fast car, you're like, ooh, look at that really fast car. But I'm at an age where I'm like, oh, did you see those windows? Did you see that?
Oh, like, at the Paris house?
Or like, you're like, oh, did you see that kitchen island? Like, I want that.
I felt when they went to the Paris house and they first walked in, I was like, this looks like it would be on Architecture Digest. I was like, wow.
So they had these arch windows that were beautiful. But while I'm staring at that, my sister's like, oh my God, yes, I know. Like, look at the walls. They look like those tights that women wear. And I was like, what? And I look and I'm like, oh, okay, fishnet stockings.
I know what you're cool. I know what you're talking about, but I couldn't look past the glass.
Yes, the windows were so pretty.
Yes.
And but I will say the fishnet stockings looked really good. The lattice work on the wall, I was like, damn, I want all of that.
See, that's where you need a professional.
Yeah.
Because if we try to do that, it would look like fishnet stockings.
Yes. It looked very classy.
Yes.
Even her house, we were discussing the built-ins in
Yeah.
the fireplace.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
She goes, did you see the built-ins? I go, did I see the built-ins? Of course I saw the built-ins.
I noticed the woodwork. You know, it felt very 80s.
Yeah.
You know, like this is a house on a sitcom. If it wasn't so cluttered.
Yeah.
Like it was too lived in for sitcom. Mm-hmm. But if you had taken out like 50% of the shit.
Yeah.
And made it more generic and not artsy, classic sitcom house.
Yeah. Some of the artwork in the movie, I was like, ugh. But some of it, I was like, oh, it's so pretty.
Yes.
I tried to look up. So there's a scene where they go to like her warehouse. And
her friend's warehouse.
Yeah. And she has these like lined pictures. They're giant tapestries. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure it's like a sheet material.
Yeah.
With printed
dresses.
Yeah. So pretty. Mm-hmm. I would love to get a miniature version of that. I tried to look it up and I found all the artists that they displayed in the movie, but I couldn't find who made that. And it's bugging me because I would really
find it.
Like to know. Mm-hmm. If anybody knows, please send it our way.
When they do paintings in TV shows or movies and they're like, oh, this one's very good. It's very moving. And I look at it and I was like, yeah, it's not doing it for me. But in this one with hers, I immediately felt something. Like for me, it was like, so, okay, let me tell you what I saw. Uh-huh. I saw a black inside the tree and outside was beautiful, colorful. Yeah. And I found that to be so sad. Like here's a tree that is like blooming on the outside and it's at its peak beauty, but on the inside it's rotting. It's dying, you know?
It was a really pretty painting.
Because for me, it represented kind of fall because it did feel kind of fall-y and I felt like there were leaves falling. So I felt like this is the end of the tree and it's dying.
You know how sometimes people use the word movement, like that painting has movement.
Yeah.
This one really looked like it was coming to life.
Flowing, yes.
Yeah. And I, as a person who went to art school,
because that comes up from time to time,
I don't appreciate most artwork. Not a huge fan. Could care less. Or couldn't care less. I don't know, whichever way it's supposed to go. I don't give a shit most of the time. But I will say, there were a couple of things in this that I loved. Obviously, the blue dresses. I didn't really care for the photos, actually.
There was one red one I
Susan
really liked.
That one, too. I've seen so many versions of that
type of photography.
So I didn't, because I went to school for photography. So that one I didn't care for. But the up close black and white of someone's back, I think it was, that was hanging on the wall, looked amazing. I loved that. And then the painting that her friend had painted had a lot of movement, a lot of color. I loved it. But then there was like this weird white Q-tip looking blob.
Oh my God, you could not stop talking about that.
Okay, I talked about it twice, but
more than that.
No, it was just while that scene was going on.
Yeah.
And then now. So that's twice. But anyways, like that kind of artwork, not a fan. I hate it. I liked some of the pottery, but that weird statue thing, I don't get it. Not for me. Sorry for any artists that are in that movie that I have desecrated, but make better work. It's not for everybody.
Have you seen that TikTok where this girl apparently found this 80s lamp that's called the Locust? And it's a Tiffany's lamp. It's one of those things that was big in the 80s. And, if you have an original, it is worth a lot of money. And this girl found one on Facebook Marketplace. And here's the thing. When she found it, someone had apparently painted it. Okay. Painted it and turned, like, the locusts are supposed to be down. They had removed the little bulb and turned it up so that you could stick flowers in it and, like, make it a little potter. And they had cut the electrical cord. So what this girl did is she bought it, $20 or something. And when she's picking it up, the owner told her, is like, yeah, this lamp would have been worth a lot of money, but my stupid son painted it. And not just all one color, like the stem was green and then each little flower was a different color. So then she set about restoring this thing where she bought, like, paint remover and all. She went through a process on TikTok and she restored it. Obviously, there's still hints of the paint, but by George, she rewired it and it is working again.
Oh, wow.
And I feel that if it was just a lamp in your house, I'm not going to be inspecting it and noticing the paint on it that you weren't able to get off. I might even recognize the lamp, be like, oh, cool, you got that, famous lamp everyone's talking about. But I probably would not know what that poor lamp has been through.
Yeah.
But I kind of want that lamp now just because of the saga of this poor And then after that, I saw a few videos of people finding these lamps at, like, Goodwill.
Of course. I remember watching a TikTok where a girl gets this lamp. It's the kind that you have to touch it.
Oh, I saw that.
She didn't know that you had to touch it.
I got
it. She's like, I don't understand how this works.
I know. I saw that
all
one.
those old people are like,
but the thing is she didn't plug it in.
Yeah, no, she didn't.
She was just like, how do you turn it on? There's no little twisty thing. There's no buttons. And we're like, if you would just fucking plug it in.
If you just touch it.
And touch it, it will turn on. But I feel like hotels have those kind of lamps, don't they? So has she never been at a medium, mid-tier motel?
Maybe not. Maybe she's too rich for that kind of sleaziness. I don't know. Who knows? So we find out that the husband was a cheater.
Oh yeah, typical.
Right. And the step wife, or the new wife, she's leaving him.
Where did that come from?
I don't know, but she wanted to be friends with her.
Yeah,
she's like,
get
it. You want to get, like, Thai food? She goes, no.
Yeah,
idiot.
But
I kind of hope they were friends.
No.
5 years in the future, like, I
No.
kind of hope they're
No.
just friends.
No.
Because what
you
if
be friends with the woman who destroyed your marriage?
Depends, because it doesn't seem like they really had a great marriage to begin with. It was more a marriage of convenience instead of a marriage of love.
I just feel that if the love is done and over, then get the fuck out of there. There's no reason for you to cheat. Marriage is not a sin anymore.
I don't
mean,
understand.
Divorce.
Like, why cheat on somebody?
Exactly.
And what's worse is that the people who...
The friends?
No. The people who are willing to forgive are usually the ones where the person doesn't want to be with them anymore. But the ones who will never forgive are the husbands that do want to be with that wife still. It sucks because, like, she was willing to forgive him. People have accidents. It happens. And he was like, no, I want to be with her. And it's like,
then why weren't you with her properly?
Exactly. And, but then there's other people who make a mistake and I don't agree with it, but their significant other is like, nope, we're done. And that person's like, but I still want to be with you. It just sucks. They can never happen to be with the couple that the person who's like, okay, we'll forgive it.
I just find it unforgivable. Like, what was the point of all of this?
I don't get it. Yeah.
If you weren't going to be faithful, then just end it.
Exactly.
Why string me along?
And also, if he's not faithful to his wife, what makes him think he's going to be faithful to you?
Yeah, but the second one just never believes it won't happen to her.
Yeah. I was just so special. Mm-hmm. No, you were convenient.
Exactly.
But she has a lot of trauma with that. And so she's also embarrassed because of their age difference. But really, honestly, like from afar, I don't think their age difference is very noticeable.
Correct.
I think they made her look bad on purpose to make her look older. Because I honestly don't think she looks that much older than him in general.
And I don't feel she really was like the hot mom.
Yeah.
You know, she didn't dress like the hot mom because obviously they didn't want that for him as a character.
But when she did dress like the hot mom, woo!
She was very stylish.
Yeah.
You know, obviously PR helped in that.
When she came to his apartment in New York, she was wearing this dress. And like you could tell she
put thought into this outfit.
Knockout underneath her coat.
Like I was like, girl, don't do it. Don't do it. Do not go to New York.
Yeah.
And then when she's there and he has a bodyguard at the door and I'm like, oh my God. This is so embarrassing because somebody's standing outside the door.
Well, I love that he asked her to come on tour and she's like, I don't have enough underwear. And he goes, we can go to Target.
That's where you shop, right?
She goes, yes, all the finer things.
Like nailed it.
Yeah. I love that. There was a lot of humor in this movie for sure. There was a great soundtrack.
I am going to try to look them up.
I'm going to too.
I'm going to look up the soundtrack.
Yes. I want August Moon songs.
But I also like that French song.
Yes.
It had a happy little tune.
And the song that the mom and the daughter were singing on the way to camp, whatever song that was, I kind of like that song too. You know? It sparked something in me.
Another part that I loved is when she goes and picks up her daughter at camp and all of the parents are like, you have given me so much hope. Yeah. And be like, can I have your picture? And be like, you know, he's my daughter's favorite. She's very heartbroken.
One guy was trying to get a picture and the wife was like, get out of here. She goes, trade places with me.
Yes.
Oh, so
Can you
funny.
imagine, Sarah? You are breaking little girls' hearts by dating my Lorenzo.
Yeah.
I wouldn't give a fuck. Like, fuck them kids, as the saying goes.
Right?
Like, fuck them kids.
It happened to me. It'll happen to you, kid. Now, granted, finding out that information was a lot harder when we were kids than they're kids because,
you know, we didn't have instant news.
But I will say, I was never like a huge Lance Bass fan. You know, I was like, oh my God, I want to marry Lance. But when I found out he was dating Danielle Fishel, I was like, damn you, Danielle.
I don't know who that is.
She was Topanga from Boy Meets World.
Really?
Yeah. They were dating when she was in high school.
No.
Yeah. And he went to prom with her.
Really?
Yeah. And they broke up because.
Yeah.
Obviously.
He wasn't his true self.
Yeah, he knew something was up. And she was like, you know, we have been together for several years and nothing has happened. So that was fun. But as a kid, I was just like, damn you, Danielle. I could have had him. I couldn't have had him. Especially since he doesn't like ladies. Yeah. But whatever.
His loss.
Right?
Exactly.
I would have made a great beard for you, Lance. Is there anything else about this movie that you have? We didn't give away all the secrets.
No, I enjoyed this.
Yes.
I kind of want to look up Nicholas more and see what else he's done that might be appealing. Obviously, we're Anne Hathaway fans.
Yeah.
So we've seen many of her films.
We have.
So
maybe she will always be Princess Mia to me, and that's why I don't think she looks old. I'm going through the lens of of someone the same age. But yeah. So what would you rate this movie?
I would rate this movie as an 8 out of 10. Hey, Dan, you want to get some coffee in the kitchen? Like, he owned that place. Yeah. Okay, I'll go get your daughter for you.
Right? I'm actually doing something from that scene too. Oh. So I'm giving it an 8.5 out of 10 bros.
Yes, that was such a good scene. The dad shows up to take the daughter to school, and Hayes is the one that is putting on his shirt as he goes and opens that front door. Yeah. And he's like, what can I do for you, ex-husband?
Yeah, and then he was like, whatever, bro. And he's like, bro.
Okay, bye, bro. Yeah. But I love that scene.
Yes, it's a good scene. Well, guys, if you want to tell us what your favorite scene was or anything, where would you go and visit if you could? You can find us at Two Chicks Talkin Flicks on all platforms.
Yes. Would you take a younger lover and then be embarrassed of them?
Yeah. Jeez, go Anne Hathaway. All right, guys, until next time.
Toodles.
Bye.
This episode was produced by Two Chicks Talkin Flicks. Music was produced by Michael Giovanni. If you like this episode, please like and subscribe. If you'd like to be a part of the show, have a movie suggestion, or just want to give us some love, you can email us at twochickstalkinflicks@gmail.com. Thanks, guys. Toodles.